Hi guys, it's Jake here, and let me just take up 2 minutes of your time to talk to you about the last known group of people to have practiced ritual cannibalism on Earth. Now, cannibalism used to be pretty widespread around the globe. It was found on all six inhabited continents. However, there is one tribe who are known as the Korowai, and they are believed to be the last practitioners of ritualistic cannibalism. So the Korowai, also known as the Kalufo, live in the southern part of the Papua province in Indonesia, which is on the island of New Guinea, which also has the country of Papua New Guinea. A little bit confusing, I know. But the Korowai live deep in the jungle, in an area so remote that they only first made contact with the developed world in the 1960s. And besides cannibalism, they're also famous for their tree houses that were built 100 feet tall in the jungle and were absolutely massive. But the Korowai have been constantly fetishized for their cannibalistic practices, and up until contact with the West and the modern world, it's generally accepted that the Korowai were in fact cannibalistic, but only in very precise and ritualistic settings. See, the Korowai believed in the Kakua, or witches, who eat the insides of people, causing them illness and death. And if the Korowai believed that they had identified a man who was a witch, and yes, the witches were only men, they would kill him as retribution for those ills that he had brought upon their people. And I think this is where a lot of people get the story of the Korowai wrong, because they weren't going around eating their kids for breakfast. Rather, their cannibalism was coupled to a cycle of predation and retribution. In the Korowai worldview, cannibalism was seen as a moral and necessary thing that protected the tribe from ill health and bad spirits. Now, the last case of recorded cannibalism by the Korowai was probably in the late 1970s, though we don't have an exact date. But that's right about when they started to assimilate more into modern society. And that still hasn't stopped film crews from creating shows such as The Last Cannibal Tribe or Sleeping with Cannibals. See, the bottom line is that yes, the Korowai probably were the last group of people who routinely practiced ritualistic cannibalism. But any claim that it still happens in New Guinea or anywhere in the rest of the world for that matter is definitely a morbid fetishization of the practice.